WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Today I have something from CADENHEAD'S. CADENHEAD'S World Whiskies, America Bourbon, individual cask, distilled at Heaven Hills Distillery, Bardstown, Kentucky, aged 10 years, matured in oak cask, bottled autumn 2019, great wood type barrel, number of bottles 240. 66.4% alcohol by volume. Wow. Now, if I have a Heaven Hill product, what's my favorite Heaven Hill product usually? The bottle of Wow, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. This stuff is amazing. This is 70 euros over here, if you can still find it at that price. This is about 60 euros over here, if you can find it at that price. This is whiskey base number 139183, and this is Cask Strength whiskey. Now, before I go into my whole spiel here about this whiskey, I'd like to just mention something about Heaven Hill. Heaven Hill is a privately owned distillery, yay, which means a family. The family Shapira owns it. And right after then the prohibition was over, basically they started their own distillery and never looked back. So many of our favorite brands are Evan Williams, are Elijah Craig's, and a few others are their products. They don't just make whiskey, they make a lot of other things as well, a lot of other spirits. Rums and vodkas and probably gins and blah, blah, blah. I think they own over 1,000 different brand names, which is amazing. So it's a family-owned company. Wow, very good. So we keep on making, hating, let's say, Diageo, but this is family-owned. Sazerac. Sazerac owns Buffalo Trace, privately owned, 100%. Which is fantastic. So our Buffalo Trace antique collections, our Eagle Rares, our Buffalo Trace and all that is private. Even Brown-Forman, which I did not know, is a stock market company, but yet 2/3 of all the stocks belong to one family. And so this is also a family-owned business. So your Jack Daniels, your all the other things they put out as well from Brown-Forman, our Old Foresters, for example, all privately owned. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So in America, at least you have some great family-owned companies doing some interesting things. CADENHEAD'S is an independent bottler based in Scotland, in Campbellton. And they have done a few bottles over the years. I just did the Tennessee 15-year-old, probably Dickel Juice. And this is what really worries me, two things. One, 66.2%. This is 62.1%, even though it is barrel proof, 12 years old. This is 10 years old. And the second thing that really bothers me is, look at the color. This is yellow, this is brown. Now, I have the very strong opinion that this was aged in Europe. I've had a whiskey broker, Heaven Hill, as well, that was aged in Europe, and it just didn't taste like Heaven Hill product. It was the wrong taste profile. It was hot. It just didn't have the maturation that is caused by the climate in Kentucky. Kentucky, hot summers, cold winters. Scotland, Fahrenheit, 40 degrees Fahrenheit and rain in the summer, in the winter, and in the summer 55 degrees Fahrenheit and rain. I could be 65, but all right, let's go for 65. That's it. Over here, 100 plus and minus 10 in the winter and so on. It never snows, basically. It very, very rarely snows in Campbellton, and if it does snow, it's gone within hours, all right? It's just too close to the Gulf Stream and to the ocean. I've actually tried this whiskey in my German video, so I know what to expect. It's hot. So, it's disturbingly hot. It's fire in your mouth. Oh, this is terrible. Oh, now, dear Cadenhead staff, I know you tried to do something good. I know you bought a barrel, you brought it over to Scotland, you tasted it yourself a few times, And then you go, what are we going to do with this? And it's 240 bottles that you put out here. And to be very, very, very honest, I'm very disappointed. So, let's try this. All right, now some of you may have said, Jason, of course you're choking on the alcohol. It's 66.2%. Now this is, as I said, 62.1%, just 4 percentage proofs off. All right, and I haven't added any water. This is just straight from the barrel, straight from the bottle, and I'm going to do this. Mmm. 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 The brown sugar, the tobacco, the leather, the pecan, even a little bit of the honey and the cinnamon, the spice in here. It's just fabulous. The alcohol does this, and it supports. It's a supporting role. This is a sledgehammer that wants to destroy your tongue. This is excellent. The bottle, wow. This is an A minus whiskey. It depends on what batch you have. As I said, I haven't said this is B517. So this is second batch. 5 is a month, 17 is a year. So every time you have then the B whatever and the 18 and the 19 and the 20, we're always a little bit late getting things over here. And especially after the European Union imposed a 15% tariffs on bourbon. And Trump did about basically a year later the same thing on Scotch. They're not even doing anything wrong, these industries and sectors, but of course we want to hit the people hard. All right, trade wars, I'm not going to talk about this. I'm going back to Cadenheads. As I said, I was very, very disappointed that you even bottled this. Now you buy a cask, you bring it over to Scotland, you let it set, you taste it every year, and what do? You notice it's not getting any better. So I put water in this actually twice. So I'm going to take it down to like 43%. I'm going to try it there and see what happens, okay? Now the nose doesn't change very much. I get a little bit of a heather honey moment. A little bit of the cinnamon, a little bit of the clove. This is drinkable. 66.4% is not drinkable. I don't know. Even towards the end now, it's still getting hot, and it's really, really attacking my taste buds. There's a sweetness. There's a corn moment there. It's very, very good. I'm going to read the tasting notes, all right? It says note spearmint. Not really. Cloves, maybe. Cinnamon, yes. And muscovado sugar. I am very illiterate with sugars. I have no idea what muscovado sugar is. Palate, some red fruits. Really? Some red fruits? Can't you name them? There's like plums, and I guess there'd be apples, and I guess there'd be some other, but name the fruits. Come on. All right, and cream? There's no cream in this. What are you talking about? It's 66.1%. And honeycomb, well, fantasize if you want. And faint spice. I won't argue with that. Good. Finish, lingering caramel and faint cinnamon and toffee apple. Down diluted to 43%, yes. Cadenheads, why did you bottle this at barrel strength? Cask strength, as they say over here in Europe. This is going to kill some taste buds. Why didn't you dilute it down, have more bottles, and do it that way instead of really turning off some fans for this wonderful distillery and this wonderful product, and maybe even from your wonderful company? You have that you have the William Cadenhead 12-year-old blended whiskey, fabulous. You have the 22-year-old William Cadenhead blended whiskey, even more fabulous. You have some great products out there, but and this is my but. I think you need to have someone else consult you with your bourbons. Sorry. All right, I'm going to give this a D minus minus for taste. I'm going to give this an F for value for money. This is definitely not worth 70 euros, no matter how you cut it. If it would have been 46% and I would have paid 70 euros for it and it would have tasted like this now, I wouldn't have been complaining at all. But I am complaining about a 66.1% kill me now type of spirit. I am so sorry. All right, Whiskey Jason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskeys, one of 240 bottles. My question of the day is, what is your favorite Cadenhead product? I'm going to eliminate the two mentioned, the blended Scotch whiskey 12 as well as 22-year-old William Cadenhead's blends. Those are fantastic, amazing things over here, and maybe in the States. Any other products you've ever had from Cadenhead where you went, wow, that's nice? This is the bottle of Wow. Tell me your bottle of Wow from Cadenhead. Thank you very much for watching. Whiskey Jason here. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, my videos come out. You can contact me at whiskyjason@gmail.com. You can find me on the internet, on Twitter, on Instagram. Unfortunately, more in German than in English. And yeah, thank you very much. I will see you soon. Bye bye.